Hello and welcome back. Today we'll try to solve some surd problems, some problems that have surds in them. And the thing is that the calculator does um, the thing that I'm going to show you in this video automatically. So unless you're told to do it, this really isn't like necessary. So the question possibly that you're going to get is that you're going to get a surd. Like for example, we have square root of 48 over here, and you're going to be asked to simplify the question, the surd. Okay, so the way you actually do it is in two steps. Okay, so you're going to do it in two steps, and first of all, the first step is going to be it requires some memorization. You have to learn and recognize the squares. Okay, the squares of let's say for from 1 to 10. Like for example, one squared is equal to 1 and 10 squared is equal to 100. Okay, so this is what you're actually going to do. I have listed down some squares: 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49. Now why I'm actually telling you to learn and recognize them is when you actually try to do step 2, this is actually going to be really helpful, because you can actually find out that okay, I see 25 out of this number, and I can take that out and dispose off of it. Okay, so let's get on to step 2, which is to use the property of the roots to get rid of the square, and I'll actually demonstrate this for you. So let's say we have the previous question over here under that, which is square root of 48. Now how are you actually going to solve this is by saying that what is a square root of 48 actually made up of? Now 48 is made up of 16 times 3, and if you have some practice with the squares, you can actually just say that 16 is actually the square of square 4, right? So what you can actually do with the property with step 2, which is actually the property of the square roots, is you can distribute them like I have done over here, and then you can just say that square root of 16 is equal to 4, and then multiply them, and you get the answer. So this is pretty damn easy. So we're going to do a step-by-step solution of this right now. Okay, so let's start. Now I have all the numbers listed down that you have to that really actually matter, because the further up you go, the less like it becomes a lot more difficult to remember them, and they're just not used that much. So let's just do the main portions, the portions that actually really matter. So 1 squared is equal to what? It is equal to 1. The square of 2, 4. The square of 3 is equal to 9. Square of 4, similarly 16. Square of 5 is going to be 25. Square of 6 is 36. Square of 7 is 49. Square of 8 is 64. Square of 9 is equal to 81, and so on. So if you actually know these basic numbers, step 2 is going to be easy for you. Okay, so now let's actually start to grasp what the rule states. Now let's say we have the number 50. Try to decompose it. Okay, 10 times 5 is equal to 50. What is 10 made up of? 10 is made up of 2 times 5. Okay, so this is the number that you have right now. And now let's try to make a square out of it. Now I can't just put 2 and 5 together to make a square, but I can make 5 times 5 is equal to a square, which is 25, right? So what you do is go back and transform this into a, like, let's say we actually had the number square root of 50 to begin with. Now what you're going to do is say square root of 2 times 25. Now break them down into two individual pieces, and then you can't solve under root 2, right? It's just it's a surd. It just continues on and on forever. But you can solve the square root of 25, which is equal to 5, and then you get 5 times under root 2, and that is all there is to it. You can continue to do multiple questions. I'll have a separate video list inside of this playlist and inside of the respective playlist. I'll have the questions, but I'm going to have it maybe in the future. So if you're in the future, you can check out the playlist. Okay, so I hope you learned something, and thank you for watching.